For ACUSports.com, I'm Chris Macaluso out at Elmer Gray Soccer Stadium with head women's soccer coach Casey Wilson. And Coach, can't believe it, but the season has already reached its end. 2 months have flown by, and you guys are getting ready to take on Incarnate Word this Friday night at 7 p.m. What has your team been working on this week to get ready for the Cardinals?
Well, again, we need to regroup from how we played last weekend. We played a pretty good game against SFA in terms of handling the ball, but on Sunday, it was more of a direct game, and playing against their style, Sam Houston style of play. Things were a little bit more direct in that regard. So it was just more of a kind of a chippy battle in a way to a degree. But overall, we're just trying to regroup, and try to play our game this week against Incarnate Word.
As we talked earlier today, Incarnate Word has been your longtime rivals. Going back to the Lone Star Conference days, they've always played you tough, always played you physical, even though you guys came away last year with a 4-0 win, but you're expecting to see a whole different Cardinals team this time around at their field.
Yeah, in fact, a couple years ago, we tied over at Incarnate Word. It was a tough, physical Sunday afternoon. But, they're always tough, especially on their field. And again, they've been playing well with good results against Southeastern Nichols and Sam Houston and Lamar. And so, like I said, I expect them. Their ability to score goals and play physical soccer is there. And so, we just got to make sure that we're prepared for that.
You guys go into this game with a conference record of 7-2-1. If you guys win Friday night, you'll have your most wins ever in the Southland Conference season. And what's odd to me is, you guys are ready to have one of your best seasons in conference play, yet this was a year that Central Arkansas just kind of ran away with the Southland Conference title and was able to clinch division quite early, with a game remaining. And even though you guys have done well, Stephen F. Austin and Northwestern State have stayed neck and neck with you guys all year. If you could, just kind of address the competitiveness of the Southland Conference that you've seen this year.
Well, top to bottom, anywhere from Central Arkansas all the way up to down Lamar. Lamar came in here and they're playing everybody tough. So it doesn't matter where you stand in the Southland Conference. Anybody can beat anybody on a given day. And Corpus Christi bounced back and won some games this year. And so again, Northwestern, SFA, and Central Arkansas, and us, we kind of we've been the top four this year, and I think that that says a lot for what we've been able to do.
Let's talk about last weekend's results. You guys went into that SFA match never having beaten the Lady Jacks before, never even scoring a goal against them, and yet you found yourselves with a 1-0 lead after about 25 minutes or so. But it always seemed like when you guys were able to score, they had a very quick response. Kind of talk about the excitement and the ups and downs of that game.
Well, SFA, one thing everyone knows about them is they're a very disciplined team. They put shots on frame and they take advantage of things that you overlook in a way. And the first goal, after seeing it on film, was a ball flicked from one of our defenders' head, which kind of gave Sydney a little bit of a different view on that ball that hit the bottom of the crossbar. And then and even their second goal, they had a run down the left side. And we had defenders there, but she put the ball away in the nice spot. So we got to give them credit for the first two goals. And then the third goal, it was just unlucky. We just got caught there at the end. And but we responded with the corner kick, and we scored the first goal. And, the game was within reach. It just it comes down to beating SFA is going to come down to just playing mistake-free soccer.
Right, and there was that loss that kind of cost you guys a shot at the Southland Conference regular season championship. But 2 days later, you guys had a very nice bounce-back win. You went to Sam Houston State. They had outshot you. They had a little bit more corner kicks, but you guys won on the scoreboard 2-0. Talk about just how your defense was able to, lock down the Bearcat shooters and make sure they didn't have too many good looks at goal.
We were tough. Sometimes stats can be a little misleading. Yes, they had more shots than us, but they didn't. I didn't really think that there's always a lot of quality shots. Sometimes the balls that get on frame, but I felt for the most part we controlled that game. It just but they had some opportunities, and so did we. We also had an opportunity to put in a few more as well. But it was a tough game. It was hot, and both teams that played on Friday night. It was just one of those Sunday games where people, we just had to gut it out, and we did.
Well, again, congratulations on that win and on another winning conference season against the Southland Conference. 4 years into this, 4 winning records against the Southland. And we'll catch up with Coach Wilson and the Wildcats after Friday's match at UIW. Again, that match is going to kick off at 7 p.m. in San Antonio. For Coach Wilson, I'm Chris Macaluso. Go Wildcats!